right, guys, welcome back to the farm. I'm trying to put together my fence fixing toolbox with some supplies that I know I'm going to need when I get out there. The cows have been cooped up all winter. They've been venturing out into the pasture because the snow's been melting, and I'm nervous that there's deer damage out there. So like I said, I'm trying to put together some of the necessary tools that I know I'm going to need. We've got these insulators for T-posts, hammer, staples, nails, screws, cordless drill, linesman pliers. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some of that stuff. That's pretty typical. The deer knock down the top wire, break some of the insulators. So we're going to go for a ride out there, see what we've got. Make sure the power's off. That's your first step. Needs to be stapled. Broken. We're gonna have a problem here until the snow melts. We've still got a pretty good drift here covering up what's gonna be the bottom wire. And it looks like we've got some broken. We got a couple of broken. These insulators are black, but I think I've got some either yellow ones or brand new ones. Yeah, as the snow weighed it down. I don't think this is deer damage as much as this is snow damage. But once these little lips are broken, that clip is no good. Top one is still good. Broken one here. Double broke. And the wire is underneath the drift. So, yeah, we're gonna have to pull that out. So, again, I don't have power on the top. So that's just wrapped around the post with a wire. Here we've got two corner purslings. We call them purslings because it's just stupid slang. They're porcelains, but they're corner ones. So that keeps the electricity stopped here. And then we've got a jumper wire over to this side going in this direction, which happens to be underneath the snow drift. So I'm going to pull the wire out of the drift, put a couple of new insulators on these T-posts, and we should be good. Rusty old wire. So this one's broke. This just happens to be a gigantic old rock pile from picking rocks and different farm junk. So that's why I'm throwing those insulators there. These, the heck do we call them? Snug T-post insulators. I'll take my glove off so that you can see them, what they look like. I don't know if it's the right way. I just pulled the fence tight at the corner post. And I turn the wire. It's got these two gizmos, one's pointing up, one's pointing down. I put it on it, turn it, and then determine that this was probably waist height. Lock it in and push. This one's junk. Make sure you wear gloves. Try and handle anything with barbed wire, and you will cut your hand. So, good pair of leathers pays dividends. So, I'm not so much worried about the electric current right now. If I put these insulators on, and keep the wire up when the snow does melt. Okay, those are locked on. I'm kind of happy with this. The wire's up. I pulled it out of the drift. Insulators are on. And we're gonna keep working down. The fence line goes this way. That's that. Cordless drill with a Torx 25 bit, 2 3/4 inch screw. The deer or the snow knocked the nail. Back together. The wire's been knocked off. So with a piece of smooth wire, I cut it about 5 inches. This is pretty easy to bend into a U shape. I usually go in front of the wire. I hook it on the porcelain insulator. Bend one side back and around. I usually linesman pliers. Just grab that, put another twist on it. And then on this side, I grab it with the wire, or with the linesman. Put a twist on it nice and tight. That's a pretty simple fix. This whole section has kind of been pretty crappy. I don't think this was as much deer damage as I think this was snow damage. But I can see the whole bottom wire, 3 posts up. It's down for about the next 5 or 6. So it looks like just there's an insulator that's down. It's kind of bent down, and then it's those plastic T-post insulators. We've got a nice mix. Why do we mix them? This line was probably made and repaired 50 times over the last 100 years, or nearly 100 years. And if it's a good year or a wet year, depends on what kind of timing you've got. If the cows wrecked the fence and you did it in a hurry, or if you did it around the mosquitoes being awful, or heat, or whatever the situation. But sometimes we've blended in T-posts as we've got them. If you've got a good year and you cut some cedar posts, then we'll use those. So that's the reason for the blend. So we'll usually keep a bag of T-post insulators and then the regular porcelains. Now they're plastic, but they basically look the same. And the reason why I don't use nails, why I bring the cordless drill and use screws, I'm sick of smashing my fingers. I just use a cordless drill, works quicker. So that's that. I'll get the wheeler over there. I can't get as close as I want because the snow's so deep. Even in 4-wheel drive, I just spin. So I don't feel like going to get the tractor to get me out of here. So well, this post is broke and it's got the wire pulled away. So I don't know if this is deer. That post is shot. That's shot. So what's going to happen until I can get in here when the ground softens and put a T-post in its place, or a post hole digger, a wooden one or a cedar post, because there's wires close by, or a post close enough to support it, the cows won't be able to walk over it. It's not going to lay right on the ground. So as long as we've got a good insulator and it wired up there, and one on this side, both wires are off here. Then we'll have to come back and repair this post when it gets a little bit softer out. Molly, what are you doing? Well, there's a culprit. The last ice storm, the ice collected on these limbs and on these old dead trees here. We're kind of cutting through the swamp here, and that knocked a pretty good clump of them right down on the wire. Otherwise, it looks like it's on all the insulators there. We'll see if we can get through there with the 4-wheeler without getting stuck. right, guys. We've made it all the way around. This is the 15-acre pasture that I've talked about. We made it all the way along the back on the west side. That's where all that fence was down. We're back here where it comes and jumps over the creek. Creek is looking great now with this. Oh, now I'm falling in the water. The creek's looking great with this runoff and this nice slow melt. It's not like flood stage. It's just at its nice high level right at the banks. This is where the wire crosses and heads up right in front of the house and then back to the shed. I can't cross right here. It's too deep with the wheeler, so I'll go back around and hit the bridge. I think I see the wire down on the other side. The cows like to congregate here because there's some trees to rub up on, itch on. This whole area is kind of a hangout for the cows. So I want to make sure that that wire gets put up. So I'll go around and hit that. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much it. Just to make, it's not perfect. I know that. There's broken posts that I'll have to replace when the ground softens enough to put it in with the T-post pounder or a post hole digger. But I hate to say it, but it's good enough for now. So that's it, guys. That's the video for the day. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.